This Visa website is hilariously bad. Oh, Visa has the same format as PayPal. This is very intentional. PayPal must have copied these guys. Yeah, my girlfriend thought it was all funny. All right, so this is fiscal Q1 25, which for them is December 31st, 2024. Yeah, unbelievable expense, business, I should say. Look at the margins. Would you just look at them? Operating margin, 70%. 70%. Yeah, gross margins basically cost them nothing. They got a hell of an install base. It's disgusting. Imagine having a business like this. Imagine inheriting a business like this. Okay, we're not doing depreciation. My numbers are different for some reason. I don't like this. Oh, yeah, depreciation. Sitting here. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, somebody has to come after PayPal. They're just making too much money. I'm not PayPal, Visa. And, that's, theoretically it should be somebody like PayPal. What's amazing is they still have 10% revenue growth. Yeah, I'm not sure a better money-making machine has ever been invented than Visa. Look at how much PPE they have. $4 billion of PPE that they earn $5 billion a quarter on. So $4 billion in a property, hard assets, which you could replicate like that. Any company could, Walmart, anybody. They make $20 billion a year on that $4 billion. It's all the network effect. People use Visa because people use Visa. The greatest network effect known to man. The store is not going to uproot its payment system just to save 1%. And they make sure of it. You know, the big disintermediator for Visa was supposed to be crypto, but doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon. Although Solana has the best shot of any. Visa is a great exit strategy for a lot of startups. But like the FTC had stopped them from doing anything. So now I think they should be back in business. Cool. Ryan McInerney, CEO. I wonder if the Class A versus the Class B, I have to go look at that stuff. Okay, they bought a company called Feature Space. They had an investor day, we should probably listen to that. Key business drivers, do they give the number? I need the number. Okay, well, they have transaction count here. And we can compare this with PayPal. It's FinTech Day here at Godel. I need a producer who can switch between the studio, my face, and the computer. We're going to bring in a pretty girl too. Sit next to me. And probably my girlfriend will call in and be like, stop looking at her. Stop flirting with her. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we need a good anchor. A good co-anchor. I don't know if you guys want that or not. Maybe not. Let's see what chat is saying. And yeah, we put chat on screen too, and like certain spicy chat comments will go on screen. Gorls, Gorls. Showgirl. My girlfriend's busy. She's too smart for that. Haktua. Fresh and fit. Yeah, we need a non-autistic host. You know, I'm a little too... I'm not entertaining enough, you know? Who's Lawrence Siegel? I don't know if Bonnie Blue is the right person for this. She's very good at a certain thing. Oh, I'm not sure she's good at this. Baggie of the day. Oh yeah, there's so much we could do. Kanye talking about Jews nonstop. Yeah, they'll break down different countries and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get a sense for what it is I'm looking at. I see credit, and I'm assuming this is year over year. I see debit, and I see total, but I see total twice, which is annoying me. I have pretty high conviction, but give me a minute. You know, I knew Meta pretty well. I have to sort of get better at this for fintech and really payment tech. Oh, so incentives come out of payments. That's interesting. I mean, our studio would be in New York, so we need somebody in New York. I don't think Tiffany Fong, quite frankly, has the looks to be on TV. We have a relationship with FactSet. They are a service provider. I don't want to talk to Destiny, sorry. FactSet's great. Clown Gooner. No, I think we want some interesting, some financially literate and nice to look at anchor. That's what CNBC does. I'll be the smart one. Don't worry. I got this. Okay, here's the detailed data for Visa. Refinitive's good too. Nobody said one over another. Refinitiv is changing to LSEG. No more Refinitiv icon. Okay. So much here. Okay, how do we do this? Let's start with total payment volume. Okay. Total payment volume, wow. Okay, so total payment volume for the quarter was 4 trillion. That is, okay, so if you need a reason to be long PayPal, maybe this is it. Visa quarterly TPV is 10x that of PayPal. 10x. Yeah, I think we would own and produce it ourselves. Yeah. No, I think I can vibe with anyone, to be honest. And no, I don't know that many women who understand finance that are good to look at. It's a very specific casting role there. Yeah, guests are something that sort of comes with time. Yeah, Uniswap does nothing. Uniswap is fake transactions anyway. Yeah, stablecoins don't have that kind of penetration. So Visa's one of the biggest companies in the world. It's definitely not irrelevant. That would be, it's a long way for that to happen. I don't know, Joe. We'll always do better than. It'll be better than we have now, regardless, right? So, okay. So this breaks down between debit and credit. Yeah, but the kind of stablecoin transactions are not for payments typically. There's just no infra there. I'm up 115% this year. How about you, clown? Well, I guess it depends on how much assets you have, and did you make those all in one trade? And then, yeah, how much dollars are you actually up? That would be another important question. I think I'm up more dollars than you. Hello. So Europe transactions is less than half of the US, and maybe around 20% of total transaction volume. Somebody was asking earlier. So Europe isn't too big for Visa. Not much of a REITs or shipping guy. I mean, there's always somebody who's made more money than you this year, percentage or dollar amount. You got to be comfortable with who you are and yourself and your goals. People have different goals. Some people want to be max out their portfolio as high as they can. Some people want to retire and be able to chill and not be stressed out all the time. Everybody's different, man. ETH, you could argue ETH is dead, and then when, a lot of times when you think something's dead, it comes roaring back. So, I don't know. It's not easy. Yeah, 16 trillion in payments processed by Visa a year. MasterCard's pretty similar. So that 32 trillion in the trad payments processing. Then you've got, just 1.6 trillion for PayPal. So they're doing about 5%. And some of that's probably double counted, right? So it grew from 15 trill to 16 trill. No, I like the software business. I don't need to be in the hedge fund or record label business, God forbid. So what was this? Sort of transaction numbers, kind of? I don't even know. Let me look one more time, actually. So they give an awful lot up here. They give total volume, the growth on nominal constant currency, payments, which is a subset of total volume, growth there, transactions. Okay, there's transactions. It's kind of a weird total transactions. 77,456. Credit transactions, I have 28,271. Debit, 49,185. Total, 77,456. They have cash volume for each transaction, and the amount of cash transactions, which is another smaller number. I don't know what that is, to be honest. Okay, I think I get it. Okay, they also have accounts and cards. They seemingly report that on a backward-looking basis, or a quarter delayed or something. It's a little bizarre. Accounts and cards. Yeah, Sarepta looks really cheap, but you got to be patient. And everything's sort of a third credit or fourth credit and 3/4 debit. So debit's much bigger. This is for 12 months now. So 293 trillion transactions processed on Visa. Think of those as swipes. 293 trillion. I wonder, I mean, how much does... Okay, so the amount of account holders should just be... I mean, it's here. It's 4 billion account holders and 5 billion cards. So we do a little math here. So the average card... Let's see here. Remarkable. The average card gets swiped 60 times a year. Does that sound right to you guys? I'm swiping mine 60 a day. And the average card is doing... $3,000 or $3 a transaction. Does that sound right? TPV cards. No. Total payment volume is 15 trillion, so I'm going to multiply this by 1,000. And each card goes through about $3,000. $56 on average. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is really good information, obviously. $60 a swipe, 60 transactions a year at $60 a swipe for around 3,600 a year processed per card, and 5 billion cards, 15 trillion total processed. That's roughly what we're dealing with. I'm going to say goodbye to my wonderful girlfriend for a minute. Hold on. All right. Girl's gone. Time to eat some ice cream. Yummy. Get fatter and fatter. This is like strawberry shortcake or something. Yeah, total Buffett diet. Oh shit, I didn't put the ice cream in the freezer. I put it in the fridge. Darn it. It's ice cream soup now. Yeah, it's a milkshake. It's actually not bad, but it is a milkshake. Oh well. I don't know this fridge well enough. And I've done that in my fridge too, for what it's worth. Yeah, hell yeah, James. What's up, buddy? Oh, James, I need a co-anchor for Finance Stream, preferably an attractive female. Yeah, the Visa, we swiping our girls' cards. It's true. That's the Visa analytics. I'll swipe my card. I don't got good credit. Well, what had happened was I did a little bit of incarceration. And that just kind of ruins your credit a little bit. Oh, my homie Daquan, he got good credit. Maria, the queen. Yeah, she's got a gig. I need the budget, Maria. Oh, good question, 5 a.m. Does anybody want to give him an answer? For 5 a.m. I did a poll using the YouTube poll feature for a request as to how much money did the stream want me to use for a challenge. And the stream chose 30,000. I gave 4 options, and the stream chose the dollar amount and then the risk level. Does that answer your question? I got a bunch of it. I mean, it's not your business. Yeah, a lot of people wanted to see 5K, which, I mean, listen, after I get a little bit more cushion, I'm going to start whipping it, flipping it. I'm not going to start any account with a lot of risk anyway. But I bet you I can get this account to double by the end of the year. It's still going to be, I promised 30%, but my stretch goal is 100%. SPY's down 28 bips. A lot of vol today. A lot of volatility. All right. Yeah, I show the portfolio all the time. The upper right is the account value. Or you got to spend more time, looking for new stocks instead of looking at the account value. Spend all this time staring at your P&L. You should be staring at some income statements. Go find the next good stock. Reminds me of the old chess adage. You find a good move, find a better one. A lot of people play the first good move they find. Sava, Galt, and Sava was around 800K, Galt was around 300K, and Quantum was around $1 million. Those are the three big trades there to go from 100K to 2.4. But that level of risk was unreasonable. I mean, that was an insane level of risk. That's, not something anybody should do, but, we called it a YOLO portfolio, and then I asked you guys, do you want to see more YOLO or something a little bit more realistic that you could copy? Because when you do the YOLO, what ends up happening is it's like driving a truck with no brakes or driving a car with no brakes. I mean, you're going to crash. It's just a matter of how, are you going to crash with a lot or are you going to crash with a little? But you're going to crash because you're going in an insane speed. Now, Sava that's how the account went from 100K to 800K in that account. I mean, yeah, I think, again, the question is, do you want to go ham? Or do you want to, do something reasonable and scalable? That's the question. Going ham is entertaining, but it's not really. What are you going to do, lever up and go all in every time you come up with a stock investment? I mean, that's crazy. Can't do that. I know some of you want to do that because you feel like it's the only way you can get rich, but it's not the case. That's why I like this thing. It's relatable. A lot of people have $30,000 to throw in, and I'm going to do it in a relatively slow manner that you can copy and not say, okay, I'm not going to copy that because that's a fucking crazy thing to do. I'm not going to put every dollar I have shorting cassava. Because, yeah, it might work, but eventually one of these isn't going to work, and I'm going to get fucking destroyed. And that's right. That's completely right. So you try to find a process that you can actually do and repeat, and that's what I want you guys to copy, not the exact trades, of course. You're welcome to do that, but copying the actual process of everything I'm doing here is pretty cut and dry. I'm looking at companies and listening to conference calls and reading the news on the companies and trying to estimate their potential success. And it's no different from what Buffett does. It's no different from what any hedge fund does. You have to get judgment over time to figure out, what might look good or what might not look good. Yeah, totally, Joe, totally. Some still. I have the worst allergies today. But you got to learn it for yourself too. I mean, to me, I didn't really fully absorb or even absorb any risk understandings for maybe 10 years, which really was not good for me. cause a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of frustration. And, you just have to be really good at controlling that risk. Best way to do this is if that sounds familiar to you, go on the long compounding road. Don't try to take a shortcut. You try to take a shortcut, just like in real life, you'll get pulled over, or you'll get into an accident. The guy driving slow and steady is going to win. Doesn't mean you can't, hit the gas every now and then. The galaxy gas, I mean. But don't. Yeah, you're just hurting yourself mostly, but we all want the maximal return, but we think we're ready to take the risk that gets us that return, but it's the risks you can't predict that really nab you. And in investing, you don't get to say, "Oh, oops, I messed up, let me take the trade back." Best thing you could do is go into your girl's purse. That trick doesn't work that much either. That's when you got to change the trick. That's when the house gets robbed. That's when you get the insurance policy and a fire starts. But all your valuables happen to not be in there. But you claim them anyway. That's the only do-overs you're going to get. You're not really going to be able to say, "Oh, I put too much on Rigetti. I didn't know it could go up that much." Oh well. Tell your story to somebody else. Nobody gives a fuck. But it was such a good idea anyway. I could have made. Okay, great. Doesn't matter. Only one thing matters. Did you survive? Did you thrive? That's when you make the fake tweet. That's when you get your boy, white boy, James. He good with the computer. He good with it. Get him to hack the president. Somebody like that, hack a CEO. You sent out the fake tweet. You had all the puts. You tell him, tweet, "I'm gonna resign, the whole company a fraud." Just like that. Tweet that. CEO IBM says, "I'm gonna resign, whole company a fraud." Stock goes down 10%. I sell my puts. I make 50,000x. Just like that. White boy James. I crack him off 10%. Then I rob him in case I get in trouble again. That's why I got the 10% waiting. Just in case. See, I'm on another level with this shit. Y'all out here working jobs and shit. Come on, man. I ain't doing that. You ain't working no fucking job, bro. I tried that shit once. On this account, I'm not trying to do any drawdown until I've got a serious gains. I look at drawdowns as just investment leverage. So like, I'm willing to go, within reason. I'm basically not willing to tolerate any drawdown right now. And in terms of once I'm up, say 5%, I'm probably willing to tolerate a 50% 50% of those gains. So a 2.5% drawdown. Then after say 10%, most I can tolerate is say 4 or 5% drawdown permanently. But it depends, you know. It depends, you know. I always play it by ear. You know, there may have to be a bigger drawdown to get those kinds of gains, especially if I find a really solid binary event trade. Yeah, Michael, we're doing something like that with Godel. That's kind of what one of the visions for Godel is. There's no real great way to prevent a drawdown other than stop loss. Yeah, that's right. CL is right. Another monster year. I'd say 60% win rate's pretty good. In which case, you know, you can build good position sizes, you can take a little risk. You know, we all want to take risk, but you have to really make it worth it. Yeah. All that, Marek. Have you tried the earnings multiple function? I'm pretty proud of that. Pretty happy about that. Aha. I mean, Visa's 25 times any way you cut it. The question is, what are the real shares outstanding? Because there's a little bit of a discrepancy. If the Class A's versus the Class B's, etc. In which case, it's more like 30 times if those share classes have economic interests. So we got to look at that a little bit. Sort of like an extra 10% from the Class A's. I think maybe the Class B's are non-voting or non-economic, I don't know. This is all the next quarter. Now we're cooking. I feel like I'm really starting to understand the payment space. Internalizing the stuff is really helpful. I do want to read the 10K. I won't do that on stream though. But yeah, print out the Visa 10K and go read that. Your finance and business muscles will grow. Don't do a bench press. Look at Visa instead. Listen to Shkreli. He knows what's good for you. There we go. Yeah, you got to keep going and going and going. Energizer Bunny. You need a break, do something productive. Switch gears, switch your mental gears to reading medical literature or a textbook or something like that. Let's say, oh, my back hurts, I gotta play Roblox or I gotta go play Fortnite. That's what a loser will do. You want to be successful? You really want to be on top? Prove it. More likely than not, you don't. More likely than not, you need some comfort. Oh, well, I need to play Fortnite. I need to relax. Meanwhile, your competitor is working, getting stronger, crushing you, just mauling you, destroying you because you suck. You can't compete. Not me. Not me. Couldn't be me. The more stocks I look at, the more likely my portfolio is to outperform. Why is that? Can anybody answer? Why is that? The biggest baggies, how can I tell they're the biggest baggies? They're fixated on one or two stocks. Usually one stock, sadly. How do I know more stocks will make my portfolio better? There's a way. There's an obvious answer to that. Look at Breezy complaining about data entry. Oh, I can't study the company. It takes too long. Oh. I know Wall Street's been doing this for 40 years this way, but I'm going to find a better way. I'm that lazy. Yeah, baggies focus on one stock. What's wrong with the sound? Up 1.3. Check, 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 check. Oh, why are you telling me my sound isn't fine? Bastards. It's more or less in sync. Portfolio up nicely. Next time somebody says that and it's not true, hit them with the stick. My yearly returns? I don't know. I'm really an entrepreneur. That's my main vocation. But I'm a pretty good investor when I want to be. Nope. Ha! That's good internet, I think. No, I mean, I've been pretty clear that starting companies is usually how I make my money. I don't give wifey credit for nobody. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Wifey is a capital resource. That's where our investment dollars come from. Why you short wifey for? Nah, this is the best long of my life. Short on wifey, are you crazy? Fucking crazy, man. When do I book profits? I think it depends. Everything is a function of the situation at hand. Hell yeah, I go in that purse all the time. Sometimes I look at it and I feel bad, and then I'm like, fuck it. The world's been bad to me. I gotta be bad to the world. You know? That's the way I justify it. I actually took my probation officer gave me a quiz I had to take, and it had questions like that. It's like, agree or disagree? Highly agree. Uh-oh, I have an ant here who wants to eat some of this milkshake, but I don't want to eat more milkshake because it's kind of disgusting. That's what wifey's job is, to spend money. S&P down quite a bit now, down 1.34%. We're seeing a lot of weakness out there. Weakness in quantum, a little underperformance in quantum, finally. It's great. But also in biopharma. Even NVIDIA now is down 76 basis points. I feel like I want to buy that one even more, to be honest. Yeah, SPY's under $500. Yeah, I mean, I think Trump's sort of making a power play to put China into bankruptcy. I think China might have some problems that we don't know about. Although at the same time, it does feel like Trump wanted to do these tariffs all along. Trump might plunge China into deep trouble. I'm going to redo the finance lessons from years ago, 10 years ago, and they still make a mark. So I'm going to make a more modern version with a little more production, things like that. I don't know, Keith. They got a lot of debt. A lot of debt over in China, a lot of borrowing, a lot of housing that's empty. They can recover. They'd have to devalue their currency pretty substantially and print out a lot of paper. What about Chegg? I made money on Chegg. We bought it and we sold it. We made a profit. Is that better? Abdullah, you got a better way? Oh, you've never been on Wall Street. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Sorry, I got confused for a second. I thought maybe you knew what we were talking about. My bad. Here in the Middle East, we don't plug in numbers. We just max bid. Max bidding. Look at this, max bidding. Ah yes, this is the one. This is the meme. Just trying to do an interview. Give me that stack. Just throw money, stacks of money. Max bidding. That's my favorite GIF. Yeah. I don't know what you're saying. We are still short IonQ. We will always be short IonQ. Okay, SPY's down 150 basis points. MicroStrategy down 8%. Shorts down, longs up. This is how we like to... Beautiful soup. Oh boy. Never. You know, we have finance APIs, right? Like, that's what we do. We spend millions of dollars on FactSet and S&P Global and NASDAQ. We have all the data in the world. When you're looking at a stock, it's a handcrafted masterpiece. Your Excel model has to be insightful. You're looking at data in large chunks, that's different. Yes, Abdullah, I'm sure you know what you're talking about. You got this, bro. You got this. Go work, you know, you're ready. You're ready. Go work at Viking. You're ready. Goldman Sachs is ready for you. This is a different house. This is another entry into the Shkreli real estate portfolio. We're still in Amex. I could work at Goldman anytime I want. Ooh. Shut up. I'm not allowed to live in Manhattan. For another 6 months. Yep, I have to live in the Eastern District of New York. That is my required residence. Yeah, there's a big difference between doing systems programming and individual equity analysis. If you want to cover a stock deeply, I mean, you're going to have to spend a lot of time understanding the business. The model's the easiest part. I can't live in Westchester as far as I know. Let me see. Do 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 do. Jersey's nice. Don't be silly. Yeah, that's true secondhand. I'm still going to Murray Hill bars. What's up, bro? What's up, bro, Seth? I'll be 80, still going to Murray Hill bars. Hanging out with the college girls. Hey, babe. Hoboken's even worse in terms of the Murray Hill vibe. If you like the Murray Hill vibe, you'll love Hoboken. Hoboken. Oh no! I just realized that. I've been all those places way too many times, man. More than I'd like to admit. I used to drink. I try not to drink anymore. It just doesn't get me going like it used to. I don't know, 30 Bond? Isn't that the... Or Zero Bond? What's it called? Zero Bond? Isn't that the place now? It's the main place, I hear. The kids like. You work in finance? Yeah, bro. Me too, bro. No way, bro. I just got out of UMich, bro. Oh, you're from Michigan too. Let's go. Not a big weed fan, my friend. That's what I'm hoping, Jonas. No way, bro. Penn State, bro. Look, I mean, I can't... There's perfectly fine people, and some of them are great investors, so... Don't knock it. You know, there's all walks of life on Wall Street. Even the Arab money. Habibi, I'm not taking this trade. T plus 75. You give me T plus 100. You got the French guy. I don't think so, Abdul. It is T plus 29. If you keep talking this shit, Habibi. Italy Lions, let's go. I'm not a druggie, no. I've never done any drugs. I don't want to do any drugs. I am an expert on drugs, but not the degenerate kind, the medicine kind. No way, bro. You gotta do DMT, bro. Open up your mind. Now, you're talking about some fine nitrous at the chateau. Different story. That's a meme, by the way. Ruski davai. Give me the fucking bonds at the price I want. Or I'll never do business with this disc again. That's a Kanye meme. The chateau. There's a leaked text message of his where he's like, can you bring nitrous to the chateau or something like that? Sikablet. Herostro. Do the crocodile. Offered you a what? Yeah, I would say no thank you, Warren. You're a little too old, buddy. Slow your roll. Just because I glaze Buffett doesn't mean I'm going to do some dumb shit. Never compromise your morals and principles for nobody. That's what I'm teaching my kid. Somebody wants you to do cocaine and it's going to get you ahead in business, you're going to be behind the business for a little while, all right? So be it. Not smoking weed with Snoop either. That sounds like a terrible time. ChatGPT, do all this for me? Wow! I wouldn't know anything about ChatGPT and OpenAI tools. That's just not something I'm familiar with. Never heard of those dudes. Never heard of MCPs. Hotbox the whole office? God damn. D-block style? Yeah, non? Damn. Sure, do that for me for Visa. Go back 3 years. Let me know when you're done. Thanks. I mean, they kind of do that on the south side, DC. It'll be really easy. All you have to do is collect all the filings, attach them all, and it'll do it, right? 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 Please? I mean, you can't reiterate that your drug won't be pulled. I mean, that's up to the FDA, not you. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, one death in the disease where you're expected to die. That's not a surprise. Damn. We should, okay, let's try it. Okay, head honcho, are you with me? Can you jump on my, Discord? You walk me through it? Maybe you can walk me through it right here. All right, so let me go to chatgpt.com. Okay. I've got, let me log in. I've got this fancy, I got 4.5. I got O1 Pro. I got O3 Mini, O3 Mini High. Which one do I do? Which one? Which one do I use? Anybody know? Come on, I want to automate my job. O1 Pro? Okay, now what? All right, 4.0. Now what do I do? Save this PDF. Big data. Okay, PDF is saved. Now what? Back to O1 Pro. I pay $200 a month for this. I better do all my work. I might be on friends and family, actually. Now what do I do? I'm stuck. Can I give you some PDFs? It's a good question. Using a FactSet, I wonder if somebody made some software like that would take the FactSet API and render it in like a really nice. Oh my gosh, this is really good. I wonder if you can download it. Can you download this? Look at that button. Download. Excel. Oh, job done. Sweet. We're up 1.5%, by the way. Okay, I don't have a way to accept attachments directly in this interface. But if you have PDFs you'd like me to work with, you could do one of the following. Okay, so this can't do PDFs. So we're kind of fucked here. Some of the other ones do. Okay, 4.0. Should we do 4.0? 4.0. Can I attach PDFs? Yeah, you can attach PDFs here. Cool. Okay, let's go. We got this. Let me go back to those PDFs. We're so money right now. So money right now. Let's go. Thank you in chat, whoever figured this out, man. I got this. All right, let's go. Financial independence coming soon. Let's go. You can do it. All right, let's let it think. Let's let it think. SPY down 2.2. Yikes. Our shorts are down some more. We're up about 1.5. I think Rigetti is just still getting started on its downside. Okay, it's got, well, it did something. It did something. Let's see how it did. Okay. 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 All right, all right, all right. We got something here. Is this what I was supposed to get? It got the numbers right. This wasn't a bad first try, but the income statement should look like a normal Wall Street model. The line items go from top to bottom. The columns are the dates. You should include every single line item from the PDFs. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but nah, yeah, forget it. This is kind of cool. I mean, this is already done with FA on Godel. Just do Visa Equity FA. It's done. One button. That's a lot more data. It's not hard to make something like that work. Okay, more accurate and detailed version. Let me know if you want to do the same format for balance sheet and cash flow. No, I don't want just the income statement. The income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow should all be on one workbook called Model. Let's see how it did anyway. Okay, we're getting there. It's a little cringe, but yeesh. shares outstanding. Yeah. We guys have ways to go, boys. We got a ways to go. Five more years. 5 more years. I mean, we've had this for 10 years with Bloomberg and FactSet and Godel and all that stuff. There's a reason some people use it that way, some people don't. There's pros and cons to each. That's a really good question, Victor. I want you to spend some time thinking about it. Ah, Mr. Pep. Now Mr. Pep's thinking. I mean, I love OpenAI and ChatGPT. I use it all the time. Ah, what happened? Let's see. No, did not do what I wanted. I think I'll be okay. Of course, 3D. I'm not going to try Claude or anything else. Shut up. I'm literally a financial programmer. This is what I do for a living. Yes, Humphrey. Yeah, one of my buddies, the guy who founded Replit, was an avid Shkreli stream watcher. That's my homie. S&P down almost 3% now. Let's see how OpenAI did this time. Okay. Better than nothing. It's kind of like having a retarded analyst. More or less. "15 minutes to go here." I'm not short Bitcoin. I probably should be. I spend a lot of time with OpenAI and their tools and trying to get it to do useful financial stuff. I even talked to some of their employees. Yeah, I think OpenAI is the safe bet. I'm sure the other models will have some improvements here and there, but I think they're going to have the best overall product. What do I do here? Let's see. MicroStrategy is down 11%. I don't think locally hosted matters. Ah, you're asking why the number of people watching the stream has gone up. Well, you can ask everybody else, I guess. Yeah, Alan, that's the idea. I'm putting it up in the corner there. Sava helped, but more than just that. Market down 2.9 here as we approach the close. Yeah, I definitely like to see that GPT's a little closer on using Excel than I may have realized. That's great. It's still gonna be a while, I think, before it can reason really well, and every 3 to 6 months we kind of work really hard to force AI models to their limit in finance, and they're almost there. In terms of doing real heavy duty work. What would you buy if you did have capital now? I don't see any screaming cheap buys. I mean, PayPal's pretty good though. Gotta admit, it's pretty cheap. What's BBBY? Okay, you want to be banned from the chat. You should just click X and leave the chat instead of typing stupid things. That's probably Vinay. Oh, I wouldn't buy Nike. Why would you buy Nike? I don't like that one. They say then when vibe coders learned what APIs were, they started calling them MCP. Maybe Intel? I don't know. There you go. Yeah, I'm not ready to touch Nike, partially because I don't know shit about apparel. S&P came back a bit down, only down 2%. Furious rally into the close. Yeah, we like PayPal. 1% holding for now. It's a shame ChatGPT doesn't make any formulas in Excel. That'd be good. Then it might almost be usable. I watch electric vehicles a tiny bit, only mostly for Tesla, but Stellantis looks cheap. But last time I looked at Stellantis, something threw me off and I didn't buy any. Stellantis is definitely not growing, no. They're shrinking. 100%. They will never be growing. Growth is not a concept to Stellantis. Don't call me buddy, it's creepy. Not your buddy. Okay, yeah, so Visa hasn't really grown free cash flow at all. TTM free cash flow for Visa is like 19 to 20. Yeah, PayPal's not going anywhere in market share. That's for sure. I'd like to buy Visa, but yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. When will payments be disintermediated in general is a big question. Okay, 4 minutes to the close. Market's rallying still, down 1.878% on the S&P. Wild roller coaster session. Roller coaster. A lot of our shorts are down quite a bit. We're happy with that. We are up substantially here, almost 1.4% in 1 week on very little capital deployed. Trying to find some more. I don't think Visa is very expensive. About 20 times. It depends on a few things. It's 24 times next year's number. Which is definitely not cheap for limited growth. But I'm also curious about the financials here. Let me see the 10K because I want to understand. Mark Champ, what? Oh, you don't like it? I mean, it's been one of the best performing stocks ever. Well, that's expected. Which bonds do you own? Yeah, Visa's just insanely bigger than everyone else. Not really, Ken. They say they're growing 10%, but it does not showing up in the cash flow. Maybe it's just a temporary thing and it'll change. But yeah, the cash flow is a little lumpy. Yeah, I'm taking it pretty slow to start out the portfolio. There's the close. S&P down 1.4% for today. I gotta find some more stocks. Yeah, I typically buy stocks that I find cheap. That is what I do. Well, we're up 1.4 for a week, roughly. For the month. So we still have, it's a permanent competition. They got very little. Very little exposure at the moment. So what are our Class B and C shares? What do those bad boys do? Anytime. Happy you're up on D-Wave. Make sure you sign up for Godel. GodelTerminal.com. Oh. Yeah, I know, Frantic. We have a bunch of longs. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. We've got long American Express, Google, IVVD, Meta, NVIDIA, Farming, PayPal, Resolute, Sarepta, and Tarsus. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 longs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shorts. 9, 10. 10 shorts. So it should be 20 stocks total here. 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, 20 stocks, 10 longs, 10 shorts. Biggest short is Rigetti, then IonQ, then INMB, then D-Wave, then QCI, then Capricorn, then Anavex, then RXRX, then MicroStrategy, then Huma. Biggest long is PayPal. Oh shit, you're right. I did buy way more than I wanted. That is funny. I will have to get out of that. Then NVIDIA, Meta, IVVD, Google, Resolute, Sarepta, Amex, Tarsus, and Farming. Yeah, but thank you for pointing out that bank error. Whoops. That was not what I expected. I bought 10x, the PayPal I wanted to buy. Thankfully, it's a really solid stock and very, very cheap, so I got a little extra beta. But I'll correct that tomorrow. Chinese stocks are okay. Yeah, I'm not short GameStop. Jag was whatever. I think probably the better long calls I've had. Yeah, Tarsus was good. Zoom, I don't know if anybody remembers Zoom. ZM was good. Of course, Meta was legendary. I haven't looked at many Polish stocks. Oh yeah, I gotta look at Duolingo. Of course I look at European stocks. I could correct it now. I could. Let me see how tight it is. Bid ask is $1 wide, so I don't know if I want to do that. Doesn't seem like a good idea. It's tightening a little. Let me see if I could sell it at 58. Where'd it close? Let's see. Well, I bought it at 59. I'm going to hold on for 59. Fuck that. What commission payment? I'm not sure what you're saying. Yeah, biotech's been shitty for 10 years. Oh, Vinny. Vinay. You're not a mod anymore. I just don't think this is for you, Vinny. You have no self-control. I think you should see a psychiatrist, to be honest. Yeah. Well, the first step to recovery is knowing you have a problem.
You worried about walking long distances on your Disney vacation? Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2x to 5x. There's only one company we trust when it comes to our theme park scooter rental.
I've never changed a diaper. It's not going to be fun. Somebody sent me something funny on Instagram. China. China. Yes, it was scooters for large people. I mean, I'm willing to play to change a diaper. August. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna relax. I don't know if I'm gonna be back tonight or not. I will be up tomorrow early though. We had a curtain catastrophe, as you guys may know. SLS is still a good short. I'll catch you guys tomorrow or later tonight.